Okay, and don't worry, this one, I will send out this slide deck to you all later when I get back to the hotel. So you all can use this. Okay? Now, the common question people always ask is, after when I go through, then they ask me, what about this chapter, what about that chapter? My only advice for you, whatever you don't see here, is not coming out for exams. Okay? So whatever that you do not see here, don't ask me. It's not going to come out for exams. It's only whatever topics that you see here that will come out for exams. Okay? Now, your exam starts from, first one is in lecture 2. Right? I'm going to send this to you all also.
Sir,
yes.
before the definition is on E2L,
Sorry?
and it's from chapter 1. Is it different?
Different. So, the one on E2L is a summary of chapter 1 to 13, or chapter 1 to 12. Right? So, that is basically as good as studying the whole textbook. Right? So, I created this for you all, so you just use this for your exam revision. Okay? So, again, don't ask me other chapters why they're not here. That means they are not in the exams. Okay? Okay, first one, chapter 2. Right? We covered about this whole thing in terms of systems thinking. Right? So in terms of what system thinking is, contingency view, TQM, and technology driven workplace. Right? So this looks at how organization operates today. Right? System thinking is basically looking at everything as a system, as an ecosystem. Right? All different departments all stack up together. It's the same as just how we look at horizontal process. Right? Everything must work in silo. Right? That is basically system thinking. Right? The contingency view is that every situation is always unique. Right? Every situation, every project, whatever it is always unique. Right? So when it is unique, then we need to think of plans or strategies for each unique situation. We cannot just assume everything is the same, basically. We have to assume that everything is unique because different timing, different day, different people, you might have different end results. Right? TQM, total quality management, is similar to just now what we covered. Right? It looks at all the perspectives: employee, consumer, competitors, and how do we constantly improve. Right? And then lastly, how do organizations use technology today? Right? They use social media, they use social media accounts as part of their customer relationship management. Right? They improve supply chain management via use of technology as well also. Okay? So this is one. Right? Okay with that? Now we go to lecture 3 on corporate culture, and I'll got a bit more weight. Okay? So here you need to be able to understand what is environment. So environment, you have both internal and external. Internal is within the organization, external is everything that is outside. Right? And I think you all did this for assignment 1, if I remember. Right? Where was it? You need assignment 1, you basically need to explain the external environment and your what political, social, and what's the other one? Economic. Yeah. I think the same thing is going to come up for the exam. Right? So same thing as well also. Right? So understand in terms of the different factors, you will come out 3 only lah. Basically political, economic, and social. For this, it will be similar to your assignment. Right? How I know this is very simple because I set the questions and I give everything to SIM. SIM will plug the questions and then form into one paper. So these are basically more or less all the topics that I set. Right? So the topic as well is the same also. So it will go back to your same concept. So focus on these 3: political, economic, and social. Can't go wrong. Okay? Right? Your pattern analysis. Okay? Lecture 4. Managing in a global environment. Again, assignment 1 also, I think, global mindset. What's this in assignment 1? Assignment 1 and assignment 2? 1. Yeah. So same thing as well also. Right? Where was it? why is it important to have a global mindset? Right? So why is it important to have a global mindset? And then there will be a question that will ask you, what is MNC? Right? And then the characteristics of MNCs. The three characteristics basically. Okay? This one don't have anything, so we can ignore this. And then bottom of pyramid. What is bottom of pyramid? And examples of, same thing for your assignment, you need bottom of pyramid as well also. So you can use the same examples you use in your assignment to put into the exam also. Right? Okay. After that, it jumps to the what we covered in the last 2 days. Okay? Leadership first. Right? Level 5 leadership. This one don't have, sorry, I will remove this. Right? So the different levels in a level 5 leadership, basically the 5 characteristics of a level 5 leadership. So you need to be humble and modest, need to take responsibility, must have a very strong resolve, right? You must set up other people for success, and then be counterintuitive as well. So every problem can be solved. Okay? Then from a situational approach perspective, the 4 leadership styles. You have your direct, coaching, supporting, and trusting style. Then you have your power and tactics of leaders, the 5 phases of power. Right? So whether it's referent meaning you based on in terms of whether you like the leader or not. Right? Whether it's based on the leader's expertise, that's why you follow him. Right? Whether it's because of a position you follow him because his job title as a manager, so I follow him. Right? Whether he is one that rewards and punishes as well. So this leader is one that has to develop the team and then rewards the team as well. And at the same time, people who don't do work, they punish them as well. People like to follow especially these 2 leaders, these 2 types. Because they know, I work for you, you will reward people who work hard, and you will also identify who doesn't work at all. Those that don't work, I will punish you. Because I don't want to work in teams that have free riders. Okay? Right? And then this morning's topic just now on teamwork. Right? So why is teamwork important? Right? Because everybody needs to be interdependent, tasks are very big, needs to be split up, right? And then the difference between group and team. Okay? So what are the difference between, how do you identify a group and how do I identify a team? What are the difference there? Okay? And challenges of working in teams. Right? Same like your assignment, same thing also. Challenges of working in teams. So this is actually same like what you did for your assignment. Okay? And then what we covered just only quality and performance. So what is control? Right? Definition of control. Right? Why organization needs control? Right? Because it helps managers to manage the business better. Right? And then you need to remember the 4-step control process. Right? So you figure out what is the standard here, what are the goals and objectives. From the goals and objectives, what are the standards? How are we performing today? Right? and then we do a comparison. So if we are not meeting standards, we need to take corrective action. If we are meeting standards, we can don't do anything, leave it as it is because we are okay, or we figure out how to improve things further, things better. Then there will be a question that asks you in terms of the balance scorecard. And what are the 4 elements of the balance scorecard? So your market, the financial performance, customers, internal employees, and in terms of the organization. Right? And lastly, you have control approach. The difference between hierarchical and decentralized. What are the 2 types of control approach? One is centralized, top down. The top makes all the decision, passes down, everybody follow. Or decentralized, every department, every group, and all make their own, have a choice to make their own decision. Right? And then, as part of decentralized, we also need to talk about in terms of why is it more popular today, because it promotes employee participation and empowerment. Right? Because in this, if you look at it, this one, the top down, the bottom, what to do, everything. Right? But for this, now employees get to participate, they get to give ideas, feedback, and so on. Right? So there is a shift in terms of power there. Right? So you have what we call employee empowerment. Okay? That is all. Nothing more. So if you focus on these topics, you will not go wrong for your exam. Okay? Later on, when I get back to the hotel, I'll say this as PDF, then email all of you along. Then you use this for your exam. Okay? Questions?